Good evening and happy May 6th to everybody. This is Tamara and Tom from Team Real Cat saying hi and welcome to Team Tuesday. Today we're going to talk about duplication and coaches replicating themselves successfully within the team. Tamara, you want to get us started?
Yes. So you have some news over there. You're duplicating like crazy.
We are,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yep, so we've got Blair is right down the hall, Blair Rober, and she signed as a coach less than 2 months ago. She became a success starter, scoring 6 points. She signed at the end of March, then had 6 points in April. That made her a success starter. And one of her signs toward the end of the month was Mandy, her roommate. Mandy then, in turn, this Sunday signed her mom as a coach. Yay! And Mandy has already got other contacts lined up and will likely go Emerald this week. So it's amazing. I mean, and Blair and they are these women are super driven on spreading the idea of sharing health and wellness with the community around them and their friends. It's really my honor to help put together and lead their fit clubs, and it's a lot of fun, to be completely honest. I mean, it wasn't fun this morning. You know, this morning we did plyo-X and it was a little rough, but but it's
like when you show those photos after, it looks like a lot of fun.
We have a great time. We really do. And we're working hard and playing hard. And Mandy and Blair have dubbed their effort OHB, which is Operation Hard Body, which they want for this summer. And they're working toward it fast. And they've made huge gains already. In their first month, they lost about 8 inches apiece. So, yeah, they're doing great. So this is just a perfect example of how to begin a business and replicate yourself.
Great.
So, yeah, but you've got that happening in large scale in other parts of your team as well, right?
Well, that is, like I said, what's so funny is sometimes you're duplicating and you don't even realize that you're duplicating. You just start to do something, and then all of a sudden you look around and you see people doing sort of what you're doing.
Right.
You don't even realize that you're leading. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is when you're posting on Facebook and thinking that nobody is watching, I forget who said that. There was one,
I remember.
I don't want to call them out anyway,
Yeah.
but somebody had said that they are watching. And usually what happens is they're watching, but they're not saying anything. And you think, and then the next time you go and do something, more people participate. They have to see you first. But I've seen that with my other side of my team is all of a sudden starting to do what we're doing.
That's right.
Popping out of the woodwork. And all it was just, Tom and I taking the step forward and saying, let's do it. Even if we're scared, even if we're nervous, just do it and start. You have to start somewhere. But I'm finding that all the coaches that I've seen are doing kind of the same thing we are doing. They're kind of getting out there. They're getting more active. And then I'm noticing that with the challenge groups too. I'm noticing it. I didn't realize, and this is one thing I've noticed, how important it is for the photos of the pictures, because they are the pictures of the plates, because a lot of them, they think it's dumb at first. They think, oh, well, people that take pictures of their food, it's sort of silly to them. But then when they understand why we're doing it, they kind of, so you're trying to duplicate that. And I'm seeing one of my, not even a coach, somebody from high school, I saw him on his page last night posting pictures of his meals because he just started trying to eat healthier like a month ago. It works all the time, and he's on the go all the time. And all of a sudden he contacted me about a month ago. We kind of exchanged some information. So he's been watching, and I didn't even know he was watching.
That's exactly right. I hear about it at work. People stop me and they're like, well, I saw your Facebook page and this and that. I'm like, I didn't even know we were associated on Facebook. I mean, there is a much larger sphere of influence that we have as coaches on the community around us than we realize. That is absolutely true. And I agree with you. I go through the genealogy. Sometimes I'll just look at the tree and all of the coaches that are on our team, and I will see pockets and it's really clear when people on a team are following their coach, either in growth or when things are slowing down. And both ways, you see it happen. It's like when someone contacts me and they say, I'm busy, or my life has shifted, or I've got to go offline for a while. I understand completely, and I get that. And we're about making sure that there's time for our lives in all of this that we do here. But what I do see is the residual effect of everybody below them slows down with them. They take
it's very true.
And then when they come back and they say, I'm ready to go, and then suddenly everybody pops back up, and really is incredible. I don't understand exactly why it happens, because I know that people aren't actually talking to each other, say, okay, now do it. They're not like that, but people will follow you. The folks that signed up with you will follow you. And if you have...
saw Brian hasn't done anything in a long time, because as we know, I was gone for quite some time with family things.
Right. Yes.
Brian, Brian didn't do anything, and all of a sudden, now that I'm doing something, we've got him on magazine covers, we've got him on, and he's a hard hitter. He's a hard hitter, but sometimes you just need that somebody kind of doing it with you or showing you, because so half the time I'm doing something, I'm not even sure if it's going to work. I'll say, all right, well, I'm going to try this, be it at the studio, be it with Beachbody, and I'll try it without, like Tony Horton says, without any expectations. I try it without being attached to the outcome. Right. If it works, I do it again. If it doesn't work, I don't do it again.
Absolutely. Completely agree.
And so it's trial and error for everyone. And I'm noticing for the coaches that don't have the time to do the fit clubs like you do, I think I've kind of found a little niche for our people that just don't have time for that. People are wanting to be in this challenge group. I've got 5 people in one day, and we don't start till Monday.
Absolutely. And I'm really looking forward to offering some similar options around that. There's the 5-day, and just for everyone's sake, if you didn't watch last week's team day, it's a 5-day free challenge group where there's no expectation on purchase, and people can just come in for clean eating only, or you could I've seen people do that for exercise only. Do any exercise of your choice. I don't care if you're running, riding a bike, whatever you're doing, post a picture of yourself afterward, talk about how you feel. That's it, because that is the basics of coaching and creating a community of wellness. That's really it. And with the food is the same way. And I'm especially honored to be in that group, because apparently I do have a special camera for my food.
He does have a special camera. We asked if Tom had a special camera to make all of his food look so good. My pictures, it looked like my niece or my nephew took a picture of my food, but Tom's like the Food Network.
I do believe it's my Italian heritage coming through. I love food at a genetic level. And it's deeply...
The thing that's good about that is also a lot of people think that when you're eating healthy, it's boring, and it looks anything but boring, and I think that was intriguing to them.
It was like, that doesn't look bland and nasty. Why is that good? No, it doesn't have to be bland and nasty. I'm Italian. If it didn't taste good, I wouldn't eat it. It's just the way.
This is where I'm seeing you kind of forget too, because you become so disciplined with what you do. Is I've got a guy coming on now that is where you were years ago, maybe even worse. I mean, maybe even worse. And he's not going to believe that he can be you. Just like I, said that when you're starting out, you don't believe that. And when you reached out to him today and gave him that little option of a cooler, it gave him hope. And Absolutely. He said, I love this group already. And
that was fantastic. And Chris, I think he'll do really well. I do remember those days. It's funny, we had in the office today, someone had brought in cookies. Mm-hmm. And I took a picture of it, and I'm going to do a post later that says, 10 years ago, I would have been excited by this, and I would have stood and gobbled a bunch. And 5 years ago, I would have sort of laughed about it and taken 3 cookies and eaten them. And 2 years ago, I would have been all stressed out about it and said, oh, who brought these? And now I find it sort of morally reprehensible and completely against every fiber of my being to have them even in the office. What happened to me? Like, how did that occur? I mean, it was not a normal thing to look at shortbread and be offended. Right? It's just shortbread and chocolate chip cookies. It's no big deal. Mm-hmm. But my first reaction was just like, ugh, who brought that in?
When you first started, you said the same thing. You kind of got sick of yourself where you were before you made the change, and I think that's where a lot of people have to get sick of where they are. They have to get so disgusted with the way that they're living that they want to change, and then they come in not really knowing what to do, because one little stressful episode or one late night at work where they get home at 10 o'clock will throw the whole thing off. And that's what we're doing in this challenge group, is we're offering solutions. Karen with an I, she was fantastic, because she was in there on vacation, a family vacation, coming up with healthy options at restaurants, which she wasn't sure she would be able to pull off. And
she's a great developing coach on the team, and she's doing really, really well with that. And I've had my eye on Karen for a while, and I know she's really going to take off in business very soon. She's just
Dude, that was really
really
something.
insightful. And that's hard to do. That's something that people don't usually get around to understanding and being able to communicate about for years. And she's there already, which is fantastic.
But I think at the end, everyone said the same thing. Everyone wanted another group right away. So,
so there's that.
We're going to keep running those. And like I said, with that, I think it's great training for I think you're kind of taking over the fit club. So somebody that needs to start a fit club, you're the one to go to. I'll run these. And
got it. Yeah. And it's great the way you're doing it. You've got so much humor going into it. And there's really, you really break the ice and get people talking about issues in food in a way that's funny and accessible. And that just makes it great. And that was what, just today you're talking about.
They get homework. It's something little that'll take them 2 minutes to do, but you get homework. How often do you get homework as a grown adult that's due the next day? But it makes you think, and it's not about work. It's not about money. It's not about accomplishing anything. It's about
you.
About you. And they actually enjoyed it.
The 2 times that I did it, actually. I think.
You did the giraffe homework, and yours was excellent. And that's the thing that was great with that, is that came after we were done. It came the next day, and they followed us through the entire weekend. They didn't want to leave either.
Right.
So get your people in there. That's kind of, like I said, that's how you create relationships online for people. Because what I'm finding is, like, Reka didn't have a lot of time. Julie's about to get married. And by the way, Julie lost 2 more pounds. She cannot do another one until, she doesn't even need to lose any more weight. She cannot do another one after May 19th because that's her last fitting for her wedding dress.
Wow.
She's during her 5-day challenge. She lost all the belly fat that she had in 5 months.
That's so,
yeah, it's amazing. So like I said, when they get results like that, they start talking about it. Other people get interested. So get your people in. And like I said, I have them go right into Wowie. I have them do a free account on Wowie. So whoever it is, they're secured as your customer, your future coach. Or if they never do anything, if they ever buy anything 5 years from now, they're still cool.
And that's what I find. I find some people, it's a slow simmer. It's a week later, some people are ready. A month later, some people are ready. 6 months later. Sometimes it's 2 years. I've had people come back 2 years later and literally use the phrase, "I'm ready."
Yes.
And they know, and you're still there because you've maintained that presence and you've created those invitations, and you keep those invitations going out on Facebook. And even though you think like you're just speaking to the air, you're not. You're speaking to everyone you've ever spoken to. You really are. And they do come back to you. They do. All right.
Excellent. So anything else you have to share? Or
I think we're good.
Good. All right. We're going into another 5-day challenge. Starts Monday. Anyone that wants to join in or send someone in, send them on over. It's a lot of fun.
Message Tamara, please, about that. And also, just a reminder about, if you haven't picked an accountability or success partner yet, please do. And post on the Coaches of Team Real Cats page who that is. So please talk about your success partner. I have one. I'll be posting. Everybody knows that I've been a success partner with Lisa Decker-Griffith for a long time. And, and Tamara is my coach, and that's also a great relationship, but it's different. A success partner is separate from your coaching relationship, and it's important to have someone who's really there working the business with you in a different way and making sure that you're accountable to your goals. So pick your success partner, as we said last week, and please post about it. All right.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You have a good night tomorrow.
You too. Everyone have a great week. We'll see you next week.
Bye.